Pennyworth. It's a really interesting series because it shows us Alfred Pennyworth and Thomas Wayne. Some men we know, but we realize we don't really know them at all.
Yeah.
How was it working in a show like that?
We know where they both end up. Well, Thomas ends up dead. Alfred ends up as the guardian of the greatest superhero of all time. So it's very exciting to discover, even for us, where they came from, how they met, how they have formed this alliance with each other. And yeah, we're really filling in a whole history that the world and DC fans don't know about yet. So that's it was quite exciting to think that we're the first people to do that.
Jack, you play Alfred Pennyworth,
Yes.
and we normally think of him as a butler, an old butler, but you show us that he's really badass.
Yeah.
How was it to make
Sexy
this
butler.
incarnation of him?
It was great fun. It was brilliant. Bruno Heller's script was amazing, and he had very clear ideas of how he wanted this Alfred to be, and I think a lot of it was focused on his time in the war, and the fallout of that, and what how you are after that, and yeah, the action scenes were a lot of fun, much more fun than ironing tablecloths and making tea like a normal butler.
Well, as you mentioned, the series has a lot of action. Did you make your own stunts, or how was it to film these scenes?
I did most of them. There was only one that I wasn't allowed to do through fear of death.
Okay.
But yeah, I did all of them really, which was brilliant. I had a lot of fun. We had some great stunt coordinators who were really sort of on it with me and helped me through it all. Yeah, basically made me look cool.
And then, as you said, Thomas Wayne, we know that he will end death.
Yeah.
But, I mean, how was it to play him, considering that there's no comic or arc book that tell us about his past in details?
We know from the comic books that he ends up as this very moral, upstanding citizen of Gotham, this philanthropist who's funding lots of charitable things, and that's kind of all we know about him. So we know where he ends up, but it's how he gets there. And I think in our version, he doesn't necessarily start off as squeaky clean. He's still very moral, and he believes in the greater good, but he's thrown into lots of morally compromising situations where he has to kind of make decisions and make decisions about other people getting hurt or dying. And we start to recognise some traits from Bruce Wayne in Thomas Wayne. So we kind of foreshadow some of the personality or the genetics that go in to make up Bruce Wayne.
What did you enjoy the most about your characters and the dynamic that you have together?
Well, they're not really friends, they're sort of suspicious of each other, so I enjoyed not having to work with Ben every day. That was good. I enjoyed learning about it really, like I think audiences will, and sort of seeing the seeds begin to be sown of the relationship that will eventually blossom at some point.
I think that the scenes are always it's always a status off and who's more powerful, and they're quite fun. They're quite fun scenes to play. Like we're both kind of always trying to win. Characters trying to kind of win the scene basically. So that's always good. But yeah, like just discovering who they were, we kind of discovered as we went along about their relationship really, and it's still got a long way to go before it becomes the relationship we know from the comic books.
Yeah.
It's also interesting because even though it's set on the Batman universe, I think that the story of Pennyworth stands by itself.
Yeah.
Why do you think this happens?
I think that is before all the comics. I think it's in its style. It's quite unique. I think because it's set in London and we've never seen DC's version of London, that makes it unique as well. I think it has a very British kind of sensibility, a very British humour.
And without giving any spoilers, is there something in the series that you're excited for fans to see?
I think some unexpected stuff happens to Thomas towards the end of the series that was very surprising to read and then surprising to act, and everyone else involved was kind of didn't see it coming.
I think there's something for everybody really. The action is a major part. The romance, the tension between various people, the political kind of landscape of this London. We're on the brink of civil war. The jokes. Sex, rock and roll, weird people in gimp masks. It's good fun.
It's crazy.
And this 2019, Batman just turned 80 years, and he's still one of the favorite superheroes. Why do you think he stands the test of time? He and his whole universe.
I think it's because he hasn't got superpowers. He's not a mutant. He you know, he can't like fly and light doesn't shoot out of his hands, and he's this he's not a superhero. He's kind of superhuman. I think, and I think we can relate to him because he's kind of this, albeit he's very rich, but he's kind of this everyman who's been through this traumatic experience in his formative years, and he's kind of that's fueled his passion and want to be a vigilante and to do good in the world. And I think like out of all of the superheroes, he's the one with the most kind of psychology that we can understand and kind of and relate to.
Yeah.